This is William K. Murtaugh, Mert Witness 1, and I am making this video to address a rather strange situation that's been happening on my live stream for about the past 3 years. Whenever I attempt to do a live stream, an individual who calls themselves Task Force comes into my live stream and disrupts it. And I've also noticed quite recently that there have been problems with my stream. The software acts up. I'm having problems between the software and when I get on YouTube with my audio, sometimes with my video, sometimes with switching back and forth between various situations within the stream. And this is in fact due to a person who goes by Task Force. Now, who is Task Force and why are they doing this? Well, it's been confirmed that Task Force is working on behalf of an individual by the name of Timothy Charles Homeseth. For some strange reason that I've yet to figure out, Mr. Homeseth has targeted me personally since 2009. He has made accusations that I murder children, that I'm a pedophile, and all sorts of unsubstantiated accusations. Then, about 5 years ago, people started attacking me on my YouTube channel and other social media channels, stating unequivocally that they were going to see to it that I am going to be taken off the air and I will never allowed to be on the air again. Now, this is a rather strange situation since my YouTube channel has a little over 1,200 subscribers. When I do my live streams, I only get 6 to 10 people in there maximum. On tonight's show that this is derived from, I only had, for a while there, Task Force, and then after Task Force, I had my own regulars, which 2 of them came in. Actually 4 in total by the time things got going, for a maximum of 6 people on the show at any one time. I was not able to conduct the live stream properly with Task Force in there, disrupting things. She basically took over the show, as she always does when I'm on the air. She makes it impossible for people to come in. She makes it impossible for people to come in. So my channel at the moment is stagnant. I can't get any new followers. Nobody leaves me any comments. Nobody joins the chats because Task Force and the bullies that are over on TimothyCharlesHomeseth.com will attack these people personally. Call them witches, animal sacrificers, all sorts of sick things. And again, I have to remind people that these are followers of Donald J. Trump. They are what is known as MAGAs. And they will attack anyone that is either in favor of Kamala Harris at this point or any Democrat or criticizes Donald Trump in any way, shape, or form. Now, when I created this channel, it was not a political channel. It was a true crime channel plus other subjects pertaining to the state of Florida that I had set up. There is in no way any intention to start campaigning for any political candidate or engage in a strong criticism of Donald Trump or any Republican. I was strictly here to discuss true crime cases like the latest one I was trying to discuss, the murder of Madeline Soto, until Task Force came in and just made it impossible to do a live chat. I have had people write me in the hundreds that said if I was able to get rid of Task Force so that they could come in here and not have to worry of being harassed, that they would join my chat and we'd have a full interactive experience. And this apparently is what Task Force is against. She does not want me to have a live chat. So I have been forced to make the decision for the time being not to do any live chats. It would appear that YouTube is unwilling or unable to figure out how Task Force is able to get in and control my channel, even though she does not have the authority to do so. When I try to block her, I get a message that she's an owner or administrator of the channel, and thus I can't get rid of her. I never granted this individual access. I have no idea who this individual is, and I do not understand why they would pick on what has to be the smallest live stream chat on YouTube. Again, I get maybe 5 to 6 people on the chat at any one time. When I'm live on there, I think my record is 50 people. It averages 5 people per live stream. My videos do slightly better, even though it's a small channel. Now, Task Force has admitted that they cannot interact with me on my recorded videos. I find this rather interesting because they can't interact with me on my live videos or on my recorded videos, but they cannot interact with me when I put up a recorded video on YouTube. Now, this may mean that she's coming in from an outside source and is really not on YouTube. That's hard to determine, even though she seems to have the ability to control my chat. This is something that if YouTube would bother to do so, they could come in and explain to me how she is able to do this and if there's any remedy for this situation. Other than making this a subscription-only channel where I would be forced to charge for people to come in, which I do not want to do, I don't know what to do at this point. Anybody out there in YouTube land have any idea how I can remedy this situation, I would appreciate it. I'm in the process of trying to figure out an alternative to YouTube where I can have my live streams, do these videos to a wide enough audience that would make this worthwhile. Now, I fully intend to cover this trial live on location. The trial is scheduled for October 14th of this year, provided there's no delays. At any point, whenever this trial is held, I will cover it live and on location. And I will also be putting up videos starting this week with things that I know about the case, things that I've learned about the case, and so forth, so that you can have an idea of the dynamics of this case and some of the things that are quote-unquote interesting. And since I live in Orlando, I can go to various locations and either stream live from these locations or at least do stand-up videos from these various locations describing what the relevance is of each location. This includes the crime scenes, which I fully intend to go back down to. Location, I've already made shots of the school and the church that this child attended, in the general, feel of the neighborhood. There's going to be videos of a drive I'm going to make from the location of the residence to where the crime scene occurred using information that I have of the route that Mr. Stevens allegedly took. I've also got over 2,000 pieces of discovery that I will integrate into my streams so that people can have reference materials to look at. Now, just so you know, there are other channels covering this case. There are some that are much, much bigger than mine that have done coverage on this case in the beginning. And those channels, I highly recommend that you check out because these people have done a lot of hard work. They've got the resources to do far more than I can. My contribution here is just going to be what little bit I am able to get out there. These other people have done a wonderful job. One of them that I frequent is known as Pounder. There's also a channel that has two retired policemen in it that has a lot of information and material on the case. There's a private detective, I believe, from Portland, Oregon, that has an extensive file list out there that he shares with everyone. So there's a lot of resources out there for you to look at, along with what little bit I'll be putting up here. So, for those that might be interested, I will start putting up videos soon, as early possibly as tomorrow, and as soon as I resolve the situation with this task force person, I will again go back to doing live streams. And I appreciate you tuning in. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. And until things get back to normal and the trial starts, this is William K. Murtaugh, This One. Have a good one.